Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.
Good afternoon for February 23rd, 2022. We're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate, which is a very, very, very low barrier to entry if you put the time in to educate yourself on all of this free content that I offer, and I'm sure others do also, but I know what I give away. So, got Kelly in the house today. It's Kelly Wednesdays, our resident, is that what you say that? Real estate broker, knows all, sees all. Yeah, that's her. And today's topic is what is it? What's stopping you from wholesaling real estate? If you like to, yeah, what's stopping you from wholesaling real estate? Yeah. All right. So, opinion on the thumbnails. You know that I value you all's opinion in so many ways. But how's it going, Kelly?
It's going great. You know, yesterday was like a holiday for people that, especially it should be for entrepreneurs. 2/22/22. Make sure you realign and get. You know, this is the manifest all the things that you want. You didn't do any of that. You didn't increase your chakras. You know, that was a holiday.
Increase what?
Like your chakras, like make sure that it's in your chakras, like your throat chakra, your heart chakra.
Hell, I don't know. What is that?
Not Shaka Zulu.
Not Shaka Zulu? I'm saying, I don't know what it is. Educate me.
It's like your energy sources within your body for mind, body, and soul. So yesterday was a really great, it's like an angel number, right? So it's a great time to really have heightened levels of manifestation.
Okay. Hey.
I believe in it, Kelly.
I spent a lot of time praying, meditating yesterday. It was really refreshing.
And the famous words of Doug Heffernan, good to know.
You learn something every day, don't you?
Oh yeah. If since we got our chakras, here's a Gator for you. If you want to join us live, text the word Gator. Get pushed to the front of the line. You can have your own personal, what we call it, one-on-one coaching right in their face on them. That's what I would be doing. That's what Tyrone would do. What we got here? We're still looking for the apartments and self-storage. Text the word units to this number. Land, that's in play. Text and get instructions on that, on what we're looking for. Text the word raw or raw. Okay, and the numbers 5050 still for houses. People want the contract, probably the most important tool in this whole deal. Here's the contract you can use for wholesaling real estate with instructions on how to fill it out for sellers and buyers, how to get it signed for free. How to get it signed quickly and how to access it on an unlimited basis for free. All right. Now, one thing a lot of you all don't know about apartments, but this video I released Sunday, I think. This will help you out a lot. So text the word DOE, D-O-E, to this number, 205-964-5243. And you can see that most recent video. It breaks it all down for you. Learn something new. Change the game. Like Jody. Let's get it. Jody. I'll be my own boss.
This one came from Tracy Gravens on YouTube. And shout out to her because she posted this comment before we even went live. She said, "Why can't I just push past the ridiculousness and just make my first deal? So glad to be a part of the team, Footman. You the real McCoy." What can she do to push past being scared?
That's what she meant.
Well, I don't know, or just make the deal.
Okay.
Make the first deal.
What you think, Kelly? Me?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on what I would like to know what the ridiculousness is. I can't even get it out, but what she's like, what hardships or what she's facing that she needs to overcome. But in general, just to do your first deal is always great. There's so many people out here that needs help that will love that's doing deals that will love for you to teach you what they're doing so that they can have more boots on the ground or they can have more people on the phones. So I would say get with someone that's doing some deals, get with someone that's done a few deals that can teach you some things and team up, team up with them. And that always helps. Having that accountability always helps.
Oh, yeah. Just assuming she means she just needs to try to cut through the clutter and get to it. I guess that's what she meant. So yeah, what Kelly said.
Great answer. I don't have any right now.
Okay, well that's cool. I got more stuff I can show them. Need the phone dialer. You're trying to make calls and you're trying to be efficient. Text the word dialer. Follow the instructions in that video. On Instagram, what color is that? That's pink. What? I wasn't looking good over there. Okay. Well, it's focusing. It keeps focusing what it's doing. I hate when it does that. But yeah, so we said, oh, we ain't got no questions. We still don't have no questions?
No, they just making statements. Somebody said they got a property under contract, so I'll send it over to you later.
Yeah.
Tool, you need the tool that we use every day. You want to get trained on it. Text the word time. Only if you have signed up through Deal You Later. I don't know why it's hard to follow instructions. But it is. I ain't gonna get on a soapbox today.
Nice.
I'm gonna be very, very nice. You're trying to do text messaging. Boom. Here's the instructions on how to do that. Most people fail in this business because they simply don't know what a great deal is or not. Guess what these two letters stand for? GD. Huh? What? Goat doors.
It can stand for Gator deal, right? That's also the equivalent of a great deal.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Gator deals. Hey, there it is.
All right, we got one on Instagram. It's so hard to get people to answer the phone. What do you say? I'm guessing if you get the voicemail to get them to call you back.
Kelly.
I don't leave voicemails, not at least on the first try. I have a call center, so I will say when I was calling people, my little trick was I'll call back to back. So call once, hang up, they don't answer, call right back. Usually people think that there's some type of emergency or someone that's actually trying to get in contact with them and not a telemarketer. So I would definitely do the two call backs, the back-to-back calling, and then wait a day or so, and then follow up with another call and a text message. And then that's just kind of the rhythm that I would have. Again, this is a process. Like sometimes it takes a while to get in contact with someone. So I would say have multiple ways that you're contacting them, whether it's through, phone call, text messaging. If you have their email address, definitely do an email campaign, like a drip campaign. If you, according to how much marketing you have, if you know this is a really good lead, then I would even do like a door hanger or some type of piece of mailing. It takes about 5 times for people to, 5 to 7 times? I think that it seemed like it changes, but it's probably going up more since we have so much information, but it takes time for people to like respond and take action on, especially if you're cold calling them.
Follow up, follow up, follow up, as she said in a nutshell. The time of day, you may want to change that up on when you're trying to reach individuals. As she said, you may want to use other methods, direct mail. When you're just doing spot, if you're doing a massive cold call, you really can't do this without doing a mass direct mail. But if it's like a list of, we'll just say 50 people that you from driving for dollars or something, then some of those that you may cherry pick to send them something in the mail. And I would recommend sending something like this size or a little larger, I think it is, like by FedEx or UPS, may cost you $8 to $10. Or you can use the U.S. Postal Service. I think it's the priority mail option, which is just a flat rate or whatever. So that increases your chances of your message getting read. Not guaranteed, but it will increase your chances of your message getting read, which is the only thing you can really do. And hopefully they'll respond back to it when you're using direct mail. Try Facebook. Sometimes it may be easy to contact them through Messenger or whatever, if you can identify that's the right person. So that's an additional option that you can pose.
All right. This one says, I've mastered calculating the ARV for a great deal. Just have
Wow.
to drive for dollars ASAP.
Boom. That's what's up.
Mo loves goodies.
Okay. Mo love goodies. Ty loves candy. Let's get it.
Love it. Love
What's wrong with you? This one says they bought the course and they don't know where to even start. Where should they start?
They bought the course and they don't even know where to start. Okay, thank you for your purchase. But you started here. Now, just understand, and a lot of times people get introduced to me through the marketing that, my guys out of South Florida do for me. They do a great job. They everywhere. They got me everywhere. Anyway, so a lot of times that's individuals' first introduction to me, right? And whatever we put together, they buy it impulsively and don't even do any research. Like, who is this guy? If you did that, you'll say, okay, yes, okay, this course is going to be a foundation to get me started, right? But the real value and bonus to what I offer is what we're doing right now. And if you're on YouTube, which is most of my content of just real, like step-by-step instructions on a particular topic, is there. So as far as like, what should you do first? Okay, the business boils down to what we were talking about earlier, is flat out generating leads, right? How are you going to get your phone ringing with motivated sellers? How are you going to get people to call you or to respond to a message, or you may reach out to them that you want to buy their house, right? So whether that's, now only you know what your time will allow, only you know what your resources will allow you to do. I like to think I give enough options in the free and paid training for you so that you can pick your lane. You can only do driving for dollars, meaning you only have gas money to make that happen. Sometimes people don't even have a vehicle, so that's not an option for you. So you may have to do something different, such as just simply target other wholesalers' properties. And, well, you probably ideally want to build a buyer's list of some sort from before you even start to do that. When I say a buyer's list, you only need 3 to maybe 5, just really for real buyers in a particular market that you can feed through other wholesalers. Some people run their entire operation that way. The largest outfit out there is Keegley. That's a good majority of their leads come from other wholesalers when they have probably the most impressive buyers list you would ever want to see. So little money is spent there. So now it's just about a lot of research and networking. But if you do have a few $100s, you do have a vehicle, all right, you can throw some fire on it in a different way by, bandit signs are not for everybody, but I have to bring it up because they work and they're very inexpensive and can be very effective if done the correct way. Cold calling, as we always talk about, that's a very inexpensive way of getting going. If you know you can do that and be consistent with it, regardless of what it is, you got to be consistent with whatever method you choose. But with cold calling, it can be very tedious. It can be a little frustrating sometimes because of the number of people that you can't get on the phone, because of the number of phone numbers that may not be right. And then when you do get people on the phone and that mic is not even on TikTok, they not complaining.
On TikTok?
Yeah, it's not even on.
Nobody has said anything.
Yeah, it's not on though. It's not on or plugged up, is it? Yeah, that's why they can hear me, but it ain't. It ain't. It's not. Okay. Make sure it's not muted though whenever you turn it on. So it'll say mute right there in the top right if it is. Okay, well you good. Yeah, so it has to be turned on. It's not turned on either. But anyway, so what I was about to say. What you were saying, Tyrone? Go ahead, Kelly. You know where I was going.
No, you're on the roll. You were talking about basically just in a nutshell, you were talking about focusing on income producing activity.
Yeah, you got to choose you got to choose a lane based on, you got to choose a way. This is what you're going to do first. I need to choose a method to generate leads. Boom. What fits my time and resources? That's what you need to do first. And once you identify which option you're going to choose, then you need to figure out how you're going to do it. Which again, I give all that away. No method I mentioned here that I don't go into detail, and maybe not the Facebook ads, YouTube pre-rolls, and Google AdWords. I don't really talk about that a lot because that's an expensive own taking or whatever. So I really don't. I take it from the standpoint that I wouldn't recommend most people starting out that way, because you really need to have a really decent war chest to do that correctly. So I try to talk about things that you could probably get done for $500 or less or whatever. So.
All right, we got another question on Instagram. What do I tell sellers when they ask, who do I work for or with?
Good question. What would you say, Kelly, when a seller asks you, who are you? What's your company name? Do you have a website? How do you respond to that?
So when someone asks, who do you work for? Who do you represent?
Well, it's easy for you. Let's take it from Kelly 2009 now.
Right. I was gonna say from me 2000. It's true. Probably only up to 2010. I didn't have my LLC until 2016. Like I was buying properties in my personal name.
Right, yeah.
Like I promise you don't have to have everything figured out when you first get started. But what I would tell people before I had an LLC is, I'm a small business. I actually help my partner find and locate property. I can give you the contact. I will say by then I had someone. So I would, like for you with Tyrone, I would give him Tyrone's information. Give him Flipman's information. I would give him, if you went to a local, you should be networking with other buyers, with people that you've met. Tell them I'm helping X, Y, and Z company. Give them that company's information, because you are. I mean, I'm always big on, tell the truth. Don't just, some people do fake it till you make it. I get that part, but tell the truth, because people can sniff out, the untruth, the lie, right? But tell the truth for sure. But also just give them someone that you've met that is doing business. I had one wholesaler call me, and they were basically describing another coach that I had bought a course from that person as well. And I was like, they were not lying, but I know essentially they're going to take that deal back over to that particular coach and see if they could buy the property or buy the deal. So, but yeah, I like to use people that are doing deals in the business and use them as a reference, and just say that you're simply an independent contractor helping them. Simple as that.
Yes. And you can also do this. When they ask you that, what's your company name? Whatever your name is, People buy real estate in their names all the time. Kelly
All the
just told
time.
you. You know what I'm saying? So your name, that's your company. You know, just tell them, hey, I'm just a local guy just trying to feed my family. And real estate investing is the method I choose to use. Do you have a house you want to sell? What's your website? I don't know anything about that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the people were buying real estate before the internet existed. So I'm one of them. You know, so period. You
Yeah,
know, and that's real. You know,
that's
like,
real.
hey, my name is this. I'm a real estate investor trying to feed my family. You got a house, you want to sell your house, or you have help along this journey here. Hopefully, both of us can benefit. Just that simple.
Can I add one more thing? Remember, guys, this is a relationship based business. You kill a relationship from the beginning if you start telling untruths. People get it. I mean, so definitely say, I know that there's some people, skate on the edge of what's a lie and what's the truth, but remember, this is a relationship business, and this is, you will want that referral. Maybe they have somebody else that they want to that needs that. If they have a good experience with you, they want to sell. They're going to recommend you to buy that property from, or go to you to sell their property. So just remember that whenever you're speaking to someone, being transparent goes a long way.
Perfect. All right, we got another one on TikTok. Is 3 comps enough for ARV?
Yes.
One
Yes.
is one is enough.
Yeah. 3
All
counts
right.
is enough.
We got a couple on Instagram. Someone asked, how can they tap in? So I'm guessing they want to go live with you guys.
Oh,
We got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Text the word Gator to 205-964-5243. I'm not doing a good job. The sign, guys, underperforming. 205-964-5243. Text the word Gator and follow those instructions, and we'll get you on live.
All right, we got another one on Instagram. What are some cheap or free ways to get proof of funds letters?
Kelly, I got one. I got a good paid one, but you can go with the others. They said there's cheap or free.
cheap or free. Um, so again, relationship based, if you spend time with cultivating relationships with people in this business, you have people that you can use their bank accounts. Now, this is people that, if you're going to be doing business with, they'll give you a proof of funds. If you have lenders that you meet the criteria and you're sending people their way to do cash out refinances or buying or hard money and private money, some private lenders will provide you with proof of funds. They may want to see the deal first before they provide you with proof of funds. But again, that's based off of a strong relationship that you've cultivated. So I definitely would say that's the only free ways, but it takes time. It's either you have the time or the money. You have to pick one.
All right. As far as I guess a free way, like you said, is going to have to probably be a relationship with someone that does have the bread. If that's not an option for you, but you do have a few coins. I'm affiliated with a company that does provide it. So just text the letters, POF. We don't have a card for it. Text the letters POF to the number and follow the instructions there. Boom.
All right, we got someone in the Gator room. Yoda. Okay, I'm about to add him to the.
Gator.
Hello.
What's good, Flip? How you doing, buddy?
Super tight, man. What's happening?
Nothing much. All right, so I've been watching you for a long time, dog. A very long time.
Define long time.
Yeah, sir. Well, about a year right now. I went back. That's a long time, though. I feel like that's a long time, right? So I remember when you went live. You went live with that lady, right? And she was like, she locked her son locked himself in the room and sat there and tried to, get all this knowledge that you've been giving. I haven't locked myself in the room, but I've been taking my laptop everywhere I go watching your videos. Like at work, on break, I'm taking notes. I'm watching your videos, right? So boom, I think I got something going, right? So I found the lake house. It's like a vacation home, right? He had it's an off market property. He has it listed for 150K, right? So what I did was I went back to your previous videos on what to say. I asked him the magic question and everything, right? This man dropped the price down from 150K to 100K, right? But this is the thing. I tried to look for comps. I couldn't find any comps because in that area, how the area set up, it's a lake surrounding the area, right? And on the roads over, it's not really comps I can compare it to. So I'm thinking, right? How can I got him to drop the price 50,000.
No.
The part about when people call in driving.
Yeah, I think we get it. We can let him go. I think we get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just come back when you stop driving. Okay.
Yeah, he might need to pull over.
Okay.
Unless he works.
All right, we got someone else.
Now let's try to answer that real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So not enough information, number one, but if you're not pulling comps on normally a lake house is in a rural area, so it may not be a lot of activity there, right? And then he said it's off market, but then he said he had it listed at 150. That I wanted to ask him what did he mean by that. But he got him to drop it from 150 to 100. That's significant. What is that, 33%? So that's significant. Not still saying that may make it a deal or not. I would love to know how big the lot is that this property is sitting on, because that may be where the value add is on how large the lot is. So it's really not enough information to answer whether he has an opportunity or not. Your thoughts, Ms. Mead?
Yeah, that's why in the realtor world, there are agents or brokers that specialize in waterfront properties, because to evaluate them, it's kind of like commercial property. There's different factors that you got to take in, to get the right value. I would like to know more information about, especially for a lakefront property for 150. That's definitely super economical. So I would like to know like what area it is in, what condition it is in, because in addition to having to renovate it possibly, and then it being a lakefront, which means that it's going to be a specific type of buyer that will be interested in it. So you kind of got to take all of those things into account. I would say partner up with either a licensed agent or another wholesaler that has experience in doing like niche type of property, because it's gonna take you gotta properly evaluate it and look at the numbers. And then I'm just gonna assume that it's an expired listing. If he had it listed at 150 but it's off market, I'm just gathering that it probably was an expired listing. So I would like to know why it became expired, and that helps you, that when you're having additional conversations with the seller, to understand their pain points so that you can create a solution for it. But I guess all in all, niche property, if you haven't done it before, you definitely want to partner up with someone so you can learn. I've partnered up with Ty. Like I don't know how to do a lot of commercial evaluation, so I partner up with people that know and have done it before, because they can teach me and I can go out and do the work. I'm a worker, so I can go out and do the work. And I suggest that for anyone that has never had a property that they're not used to, go out and partner up with someone that has. So go out and start seeking information or seeking to gain a relationship with someone that has. That's my advice.
Before we take the next question, make sure on the land, text the word raw to get instructions on how we can get down on that. RAW.
Okay.
That's spelled backwards is what?
Oh.
War.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, this one came from Regina on YouTube. She said, I keep feeling as if I'm going to be stuck with the property. That's what's holding me back.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's going to happen. So get over your fears. It's good to know when you know something's going to happen sometimes. That's going to happen. You're going to put a property on the contract and you're not going to find a buyer for it. But that's the purpose of the contract itself is with the verbiage there. It says, well, mine anyway, if you don't close on it, they keep your earnest money deposit. Shake hands, boom, go their separate ways. Or you can go back to them and hopefully get more time, hopefully a price reduction to put the deal together. But it's going to happen. Just the best wholesalers, that's going to happen. Sometimes you just simply make a mistake on your evaluation. Well, yeah, you could cancel it before your inspection period. You know, if you that's why I normally do 21 days. If I don't think I can have a buyer, I'll just go ahead and cancel it. You know, but even with that, sometimes you still feel like, damn, I think I can, another 9, 10, 12 days or whatever, I still could find someone or whatever. But on the flip side of that, being able to negotiate a low earnest money deposit that you can afford to lose, not that we're in the business of losing money or whatever, but 10, 20, 50, $100. Normally we can, most of the time that's not going to take us or bring us. I would like to think, I guess. Yeah, so you just be having that belief. And then sometimes the buyer, you can get late in the deal with a buyer and they waste all your due diligence period and they don't perform. Then, you know what I'm saying? So, so that, yeah, in the perfect scenario, what you're saying, sometimes a buyer shows up, you 15 days in on 21-day due diligence, it's going to probably take longer than another 6 days in most cases. And then they get into it and they don't want to do it. You're out of time. It's going to happen. I'm just telling you, if you do this at any high level, it's going to happen.
Yeah, it will. And if you're in a state that has an options, like a North Carolina, where you get into a contract and you have to pay earnest and options, you want to be very strategic that, you are getting into a contract where, you have a buyer that's buying at a certain price, or you have your comps are strong. The biggest thing I had to learn from myself is never if the seller is pushing for a number and that number is tight or that number doesn't work, just walk away from it. I used to say, oh, well, I can make this work. And it always ended up where I'm the one in the situation where I had to leave the contract because the buyers or I walk away with, I think one time I walked away with $1,700 one time. And I had worked so long on this deal because it was an air property. So it was 8 people in the midst of the deal. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. You had deceased people, you had grandkids, I had, everybody, just herding everybody in to get, and then at the end of the day, I walked away because after all of that, I did not have the house under contract for the best price, for the best cash price. And so that was my lesson learned on that.
Yeah.
All right. Yoda, I think he stopped, so I'm about to add him back to the stream.
Okay, going back.
Track it back today.
Some questions. There he is.
Had to get the iPad. Okay, so check this out. All right, so it's 0.28 acres. He dropped the price from 148 to 100K. I asked him the magic question. He dropped the price. The house needs to be renovated all over, from the roof to the flooring to the windows, everything. I'm at a point now. I'm ready to offer the 100K to him and to sign the contract, but I'm lost right now. I'm kind of lost. I'm stuck because I got a little happy when he dropped the price significantly. And I heard you when I got off, you was like, you need more information. So as soon as you said that, I texted him and he sent me more information on the house as far as the acres and everything go. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. He said he used it for a vacation home. He bought it for a vacation home, but he has other things going, so he wants to sell it.
Okay, so what are you using to trying to comp it with? What are you doing to do that with?
Other homes in the area. I go on Zillow, Trulia. I would just comp it based off the other homes in the area, but it's kind of hard because it's not really nothing to comp it from. Like, it's nothing I can compare it to. Like, a lot of those houses in that area, they need renovation. This house needs a complete makeover as well. So it's nothing I can really compare it to figure out the ARV.
Yeah, that could be also when people hear lake house, they automatically think it's something grand. Ain't always the case. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just in a rural area where a body of water is, you know what I'm saying? And
I
it's
mean,
not
it's a
that
nice lake
attractive.
house. It has
Yeah.
a balcony outside, like everything. It looks nice, but it just needs to be renovated. It looks like an abandoned home.
I guess the only thing that concerns me is that there's no turnover there. You may want using those services. I don't know how far they'll go back, but you may want to go back in time, maybe instead of a year, because they probably automatically default 6 months to a year. If you can go back 2 or 3 years to see if you see any actual sales in that general area around the lake or whatever, because with no activity, that would scare me. That there's not going to be any buyers. You know, it really just boils down to that simple or whatever. Now, sometimes the square footage, which I don't know how they work, but sometimes the square footage may be not the norm for that area, and that's why you're not pulling anything. It may be too small versus what's the normal size property. Sometimes that can throw things off, depending on what tool you're using to pull your
Right.
comparable sales. But I would because you came on the live stream, you could do this. Just text me the address, and I'll take a look at it, later on, and just give you my opinion on it. I'll send you a little video explaining where my thoughts are on it or whatever. So,
Okay. And one more question, right? All right.
yes,
So
sir.
I found another home. It's a burnt down home. It's a 4-bedroom, and they only want $15K for it. How do you feel about homes that has been burnt down? Does it matter? It matters how bad it is, right?
When you say burnt down, when I hear burnt down, meaning like there's no roof. You know what I'm saying?
So
Or do you mean
basically
just fire damage or smoke damage?
fire damage. Yes, sir. Fire damage. So basically
Okay.
the windows, front door, in the inside, the door, all of that. It's all been burnt down. It's a 4-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,500 square feet.
From that description, it sounds like it needs to be demoed. Do you know the lot size? Well, I mean, is it in a neighborhood or is it off? Where
It's
are
in the
you located?
neighborhood.
Where are you located? First of all,
I'm
let's
in
get that.
South Carolina.
Well, where city? Give me a city.
Spartanburg.
Okay, that's the east side city, from my understanding. Okay, so it is in the neighborhood. So now basically they want 15,000 for a lot. All right.
Right.
So what does the county assess that lot value to be in that area?
See, that I have to look at that because this home isn't in my area. I'm trying to do it virtually
Okay.
and it's kind of hard to find things in my area because the market
Uh,
that I'm in. But
a
this
simple a simple thing you can do is go to Zillow and put in the zip code of that property. Now, sometimes zip codes cross over as far as the value of houses, but hopefully that's not the case in this situation. But go to Zillow, put in the zip code, and you want to change the filter from for sale to sold. Then you want to go over to the more tab, and it'll pull up like houses, townhouses, condos, land or lot, and something else. Deselect everything except lots, land and lots, right? And it's going to automatically pull up what has sold in that zip code recently.
okay.
So once you determine the size of that particular lot of the property that's burnt, you want to you have to do that, but then you can compare what lots have sold for in that area, and that'll let you know if that $15,000 is a good number or not. Hopefully it pulls some data. Sometimes it won't, but hopefully it will pull some data and you can be able to determine it from there. So that's a simple way, which I basically just figured this out today, if you believe it or not. I mentioned yesterday from the lady I met yesterday to just in a 30-minute conversation, I feel like I went through a 3-day seminar on buying land and how to evaluate it. But that's a simple thing that you can do to somewhat get an idea. If you know what people are willing to pay, then you know what you need to pay.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. So that's a simple way you can do it, assuming it pulls some information for you, though. So.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. So I'm gonna send over the address to that lake house. Should I send it to the number that we text?
Yeah. Send it
Okay.
over to that number there, and just I'll know it's you, Yoda. I'll know it's you. Can't
Okay.
forget that.
Sounds good. Keep being great, man. We gonna get it. I'm gonna get
Oh,
it. I promise you, I'm gonna get it.
Most definitely. Where you at? Work right now?
I'm about to get ready to head to work in a second.
What you do?
I'm a forklift driver. I'm trying to turn it into something else. And on the side, I shoot videos. That's why my name Yoda. If you go to my YouTube, Shots by Yoda, I'm a videographer / photographer. So that's what I do on the side. And eventually, once I get into this real estate, I want to, be taking pictures with my camera with other real estate agents or other people, to get their pictures out on the internet to help them create their websites.
You do the
to
drone
post.
thing?
Sir?
You do the drone photos?
Yes, sir. I got a drone. I got a 4K drone.
That's what's up, baby boy. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
And I know I can emphasize that in this real estate.
Yes.
That's what's
I can post a house and make it look better than what it really looked with the drone.
I got you.
But I appreciate you guys. Keep being great. I'm gonna get it, and we're gonna stay in contact. I've seen the information. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day.
All right, yeah, I'll reply back. Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's update it.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say he should keep us updated. I would like if y'all can get something. I think everybody want to know what happens.
Oh yeah. I'll when I look at it tomorrow, if I remember on tomorrow night's show, I'll comment on it, whatever. So.
Nice.
All right, we got another question on Instagram. How high or how low should I look in square feet when running comps?
Well, from I trust what he says. I know what he talking about. The number of properties they do, but ideally, which you can get the comping rules, and I just deleted that keyword, but you can text over anywhere at 101. That'll get you the comping rules. You can watch any of the Comps 101 episodes of Jamil and I did. We got like 41 of them or so. But ideally, the range is, technically what an appraiser will do is 15 to 20% up or down. Another simple way of doing it is just 200 square feet up or down. Now, but that's just a general rule. It's not set in stone, because sometimes you just have to take if you find a comp that works for you, even though the house may be significantly smaller or bigger, then you can adjust your numbers by price per square foot, and that's PPSF. And what that simply means is if a house sells for, we'll just say $300,000 and it's 1,500 square feet, then the price per square foot is probably going to be what is that, $200 a square foot? Am I on? Let me see. Hold on. So for 300,000 and divided by 1,500, $200 a square foot. So now if you had a house that was, we'll just say 900 square feet, then you would multiply the $200 a square foot times the 900, and that'll give you $180,000 as far as the ARV. So.
All right. A lot of people asking about the company. But okay, this is another question.
What company? What company?
Comping.
Oh, comping. Okay, yeah.
Keep asking questions.
Yeah. Just dive into those videos. Jamil, he did most of the comping on that. He did a great job on that stuff. So dive in. Just go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman Comps 101.
And I'll just add, like, for me, the most priority data is the time sold. So I would rather take a house that has a little bit more outside of my 15% range if it's sold within a 90-day period, because that's it's a better comp than if I use a comp that's in that square footage range, but it's sold 6 months from my
Oh yeah,
from my
yeah.
central
Like
property.
a great point. You always, not always, sometimes doesn't fit, but the closer to your date
Mm-hmm.
is it, you have to closely look at those. Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got somebody else in the
Miss
chat,
Jackie.
and hopefully after this, I can answer some of the like regular questions
Okay.
on here because I know they mad, and I'm sorry. Hi.
Hi, can you hear
What's
me?
going on, Miss Jackie?
Not much. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. What about yourself?
I'm doing great, but I'm here for some encouragement.
Oh,
Um, I've been following you for about 4 months now. I listen every day. I have been doing cold calling. Um, I've been doing bandit signs, and I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. So
J-Town.
whenever you get those Florida questions, that's probably me. Okay. So I've done the bandit signs. I've tried to reach out to other wholesalers. Nobody's interested in working together. I think they're afraid. And my bandit signs don't seem to stay up, so I don't want to invest any more in that. So I was thinking maybe I could try some the text to flip. So my question is, I already have prop strings. So do I need to get skip to flip, batch leads, and also text to flip? Do I need to get
Well,
all of those in place in
well,
order to text?
well. Look at text to flip and skip to flip as gateways to what you're really going to be using, right? So I'm a
Okay.
reseller. I'm a reseller of those services, and that's the way I make sure that I get, I guess, my compensation for the
Mhm.
referral is by sending them through my doors, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so I know it gets confusing. I don't think I've done a great job at marketing those names because that's how people refer to them. So, but technically, you only really need if you're going to do text messaging,
Hmm.
you really only need batch leads in reality. Now, I use tools out of my head around here, but some things do something that I like better than others, but that ain't got to be your situation. But if you're going to do text messaging because I want you to win, then you only need to do batch leads because, which I've never built a list there, but I know you can. You can actually build your list there. You can skip trace your list in there, and you can do your text messaging all in the same place.
So if I did that, I don't need prop strings because I've been
Well,
a
yeah,
member of that for.
you technically don't need it if you're just going to be doing text messaging because
Well,
batch
I
will do all of it.
well I thought about text messaging because I haven't had any leads from my bandit signs, and I've put out maybe 250 bandit signs, and I don't
That's a
have
lot.
money to.
Let's talk about that a little bit though, because
Yeah.
you put the effort in there, and I preach it all the time. So
Hmm.
so basically, your problem with your bandit sign is they came down too fast.
Exactly.
Okay, so Miss Jacqueline, so the areas you were placing your signs,
Hmm.
were there other signs already?
Yes, they were.
Oh, you got some haters out there. So when you go to look at
Yes.
your signs, were their signs still up and yours were down, or everybody's were down?
Um, in one particular area, well, in two areas, my signs were down, and their sign was still attached to the tree. So
Yeah,
I kind of knew that they took my sign down, but in most of the other areas, everybody's signs were gone.
I got you. Okay, so
Hmm.
all right. So how are you attaching your signs? Were you nailing them? Were you doing the zip ties as I recommend? Stop signs,
Hmm.
yield signs, no parking signs, all of that stuff. Okay,
I did the zip ties. I did the nailing. I actually nailed some to the tree because I got a big stapler thing and stapled them to the tree. And I did the wire, like just sticking them in the ground.
okay, all right.
Hmm.
Two of those you should eliminate it. The nailing on the trees or just nailing period, and the wire stakes, right? Um,
Okay.
it's hard to beat the zip ties because of the placement, the places you can place them compared to other ones. I'm not saying the other methods don't work, but trust me, I've done enough of it over the years to know what's more effective. Boy, it's hard for me to tell you to give up on them. But I would. Let me ask you this: over what time frame did you put them out? She said, yeah, that's a lot.
What do you mean? What time frame? How many months
I mean,
it's
like,
been?
did you put the 250 out over the course of a couple of months, a couple of weeks, a
Oh,
week?
oh yeah, a couple of months. A couple
Okay,
of months.
okay. So you staggered them out. So how many you think you had out at once? What's the most you think you had out at once? Is what I'm trying to get.
Probably about 75.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, it's hard to get to the threshold where it's going to start to bleed in calls until you get about 100 to 150 of them out there just consistently. Did you ever even get any calls?
Not one call.
Oh my God! Oh, that hurts.
Not one. So
You don't have a
that's not.
photo. You don't
Yeah.
have a photo of one of them, do you? One of the signs. You don't have a photo or anything.
Oh, she's frozen.
Frozen. She's
There
frozen.
she goes.
Okay, you back? You don't. You back?
She probably trying to go through her phone or something.
Miss Jackie.
Oh, yeah, she's checking on phone.
No. You don't. You can't access it on your phone. You can hear me, Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie.
Okay, I'm gonna just ask a question in the meantime.
I was gonna ask a question about bandit signs too.
Hello.
Oh, there
Oh,
she.
you back?
I can't hear.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
No.
I know, we was getting good.
I was trying to
That hurt
troubleshoot. Yeah, I was trying to troubleshoot, man. So hey, well, she
Let
come
me
back.
ask you a question about bandit signs then. If they're not working, what about the reverse messaging like they do on Craigslist? Put this awesome deal up on the, owner finance or, rental property or I don't know, house for sale for, $2,000. I'm being, exaggerating.
Well, she was trying to attract sellers though, so that message would be different. I say I'd like to find out what she had on her signs because a young lady texted a photo of her signs, and they literally just said too much or whatever. So I try to I was just trying to pull all that out of her. Hope she's back.
There she goes.
Miss Jackie, you back?
Sorry.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes, what I have on my sign is we buy houses and the phone number. I kept it very simple. I listened to your videos. So
What size?
oh my gosh. Is it 9 by 24, I believe?
Okay, I know I have some older videos out there that say that. Yeah, that say that. Those will work, but in reality, and I did a test just to see which was going to do better. And so I did the 12 by 18s, which is the same, I think, the square inches of 9 by 24. But I did the 18 by 24. I put out less of the 18 by 24s with a different phone number than the 18 by 12s or 12 by 18s or whatever. And the larger signs outperformed. It wasn't even close. And I put out half the number or whatever. So not telling you to do it again, but I'm telling you to do it again.
That's a lot of signs, Ty. It's a lot of signs.
I know.
Money.
But we'll get past that for right now. All right. So on the text messaging, now one of the things that you can do, and I'm going to put this out there for everyone because I want to help you make money, and hopefully a few what they call it shillings will come my way. So when you build your list and I'm gonna probably put a video out there on how to build a list to target landowners. We're gonna go against the grain, right? Now, I don't know if I'm put a video out there or not, but I'll try to explain it to you. Since you already have prop stream, I'll try to explain it to you.
Okay.
You think you can get it?
Yeah, sure.
We at 54, well, we at 55 minutes, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to identify Duval County, right? And maybe one of the surrounding counties of that general metro area of Jacksonville. And we're just going to start with Duval, right? Duval County, comma, and then Florida. That's how it'll do it. It'll drop down, and so you search it. All right, so now you hit your filter. All right, once you go into your filter, you're going to go on the property. I can pull up prop stream here on this? Okay. Because it'll be easy if I can see what I'm talking about. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I got you here. I got you. Ken Bo got me hooked up here. So we're gonna pull up Duval. I should share my screen here. Y'all know they won't see it on Instagram or whatever, but they can always go back and watch things. I need to do that, don't I? Yeah, do that. Let's do that.
Ty, just do that.
Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So we in here. We here from Collegeville. All right. So I can spell Duval, right? County. Who? Oh. Well, she can go back and watch it though, so it should be cool.
Oh yeah, no worries.
All right, so boom, so it pulled up every property in Duval County, over 380,000, right? Now I've never done it in Florida, so hopefully what I'm about to do works the way I did it earlier, in a couple other states. So, all right, so now I'm going to go to property characteristics, and then I'm going to go into property type and do vacant. And then I'm going to do residential vacant land. So it pulls 15,000 properties. All right, the next thing I want to do, I don't want them to be on the market, so I'm going to do off market. So that only reduces it a little bit, cool. Then I'm going to go down here to go back to property characteristics. Now, ideally, we want to try to be around 5 acres or more. So that's about 217,000 square feet or something like that. But I'm going to do 215,000 square feet, right? So that reduces down to 457 already, right? So that's fine. It doesn't matter because you got tons of more. How many counties in the state of Florida? You know?
No.
I'm just tripping. I'll look that up in a minute. Now I want to know. All right. So if I do individual right here, I do on the owner info and individual. So now it reduces it down to 224 owners, right? And the reason I'm doing individual because you can actually skip trace those to find out who actually owns the property. Okay. So now I have my list over here. So when you have your list, all you would do is that you select all of this and then hit add to list. You go in here and name it. Once you name the list or whatever, boom. And then I don't know if Ken got anything set up on this account, but then you go over here to my properties, and this is where you will find the list over here. You select all, and then you export them down. There's a little more to it than that. You can watch my list video. Just text the word list, and I break down how to download it and all that stuff. But that's what I would recommend, just going against the grain. That's anybody. Then you can filter through me. We'll move the property, but I'll help you determine if it's an actual deal or not on it. So I think that would help you out a lot, and pretty much a lot of people, because now that's virtual wholesaling is going to be at its finest, because now when you're dealing with a piece of land, the door is already open in most cases. The only time you may still have to go through the same process, having some boots on the ground that you do with houses, if the land is next door to the owner. Sometimes it'd be a property next door to the owner, but a lot of cases it's not. So hopefully that gives you another option to possibly try to make some money. So
right. Okay. So I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
I need to. I think I'm having an issue with trying to keep everything organized. So for the CRM, so that would be another platform that I could use along with the batch leads and.
Yeah, you can just go to dealator.com and select the CRM banner, and we can get you going on that also.
Okay. Well, I think that's it
Hey, that's
for
what's happening.
now.
For now, hey, the ones that won't take advantage of this free game live, hey, man, what else can we do?
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
thank you
Kelly, you
so
got
much.
anything
I
you want
really
to add?
appreciate it.
No, I just think this is awesome. I mean, honestly, one of my strategies is if I was getting started is I would be on here every day
Mm-hmm.
and try to get on this Gator call every day and get whatever question is hanging me up, on,
Right.
that's got me hung up, get on there and get it answered.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about it, if you do that every day for even just 30 days, I mean, you already have all the information you need plus
Mm-hmm.
all the videos.
Mm-hmm. Because I've been doing this for now maybe 4 months, and I'm ready to get a deal. I
Make
absolutely hate cold calling, but I do it because I have no choice. But I'm ready to get a deal.
Oh, we're going to make it happen. Just keep
yeah.
coming back. We're going to make it happen.
You can
Okay.
always calibrate your success by your numbers. So if you want to do one deal, you need to at least be talking to, 100 people that have said yes, they want to sell their properties. So you got
Okay.
to be able to, and then you're gonna want to have at least 10 follow-up calls to get to one deal. So
Okay.
however you can get to those numbers by marketing and bandit signs, go out there and do it.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, and I'll be on the next call. I'm pretty sure.
There you go.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
I ain't mean to do that.
Gator down.
I thought you were
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you
Yeah.
got really excited. This gets your juices rolling. You're like, man, this time, let me show you how. I love it.
So we got somebody else in here, and then I guess we can get to the topic.
This is fun today.
Rome, my man. Hey, he ain't at work
What's
today.
All right, look, I just left like 2 seconds ago.
What's happening?
Not much. So I was trying to figure out as far as I'm looking into VAs, virtual assistants. Um, so because I'm always at work, I was looking for them to possibly help, but I just need to know, I guess the right platform to go because I've been searching on Fiverr or some other ones that they have, and either they do skip tracing or whatever the case is. But I need to know exactly which ones is the right one. So when I create all these houses and then I go and get the number, I can just have them call and possibly set up something so I can meet. You know, is that a possible way, or I'm just trying to
Uh,
figure out the best way?
well, you want to answer that? Start it out, Kelly.
I can answer that. I have two. And I would say before I ever, and they're American based. They're actually in, one is in Texas, one is in Mississippi. And so before I ever decided to go with a virtual assistant, I needed to make sure that I can um, give them at least 20 to 30 tasks to do, and train them, take the time to train. And so if you feel like you're ready for that, then definitely going to get a VA, because it is you basically will be paying for a VA without them working. So you want to make sure that you have identified everything that you need the VA to do repeatedly. Like you've taken the time to like strategize all of that. I use flowcharts for my system because I kind of create like a SOP. So I make sure that, my social media VA, they know exactly what we need, what our goals are. We set goals and milestones. And then for my admin VA, same thing with that. So I would say take the time to like create a process of where you actually need that VA to do, and make it be repetitive, something that you can train once and they can get it and they can always do it without having to ask you for approval. And so once you've done that, then it's easy for you to pretty much say, okay, I only need a VA for 10 hours a week or 20 hours a month or 30 hours a month to help me with these tedious tasks that I can go off and be doing other things that are income producing activities, because that's what you want to focus on. So I do have some. I don't know if Ty has some companies, but I do have a company that I use. But if it's like phone cold calling, then that's 30 tasks because they're gonna at least need to be making 30 phone calls. So you just gotta decide what you really need, and you can build on it, build upon the tasks as they work with you longer and they understand how you want things. But the first thing you need to do, though, I don't know if you may have already done it, but the first thing is to lay out what you actually need their help with and how it's going to benefit you and how it's going to free up time for you to do more income producing activities. And then that's how you kind of backtrack to where you need to go. There's several out there that are actually highly recommended that can help with that. But I would say when you have those conversations, in order to maximize your investment in them, make sure that they know everything that they're going to have to be doing for at least every day, every week, every month.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ty, how do you use yours? Ty, you have a VA, right?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah.
I'm about close to recommending them. They want me to do it, but I ain't there yet. Just give me maybe before the end of this. Well, we're already at the end of this month, but in a week or two, I'm gonna probably give them their shot or whatever, and see how they can handle it. So I ain't quite ready yet. We'll see.
I will say human resource is probably the most valuable resources you could ever have. Like that's how you scale your business for sure.
Duplication.
For sure.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Where you at, Rome? What city?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay, that's right. You said the other day. Okay, cool. All right, yes, sir. All right, be safe, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, it's late, loud. They know what time it is. All right, so we got the topic.
Yeah.
What is it?
What's stopping you?
Oh, what's stopping you?
This is good. I like this.
What's stopping you from wholesaling real estate? Is it because you simply don't know what to do? Is it simply because you don't know where to find information to learn what to do? Is it because you actually have a generalization of what to do? Is it because you actually have all the knowledge? You went to several seminars, paid for several seminars, courses, books, listening to hundreds of hours of podcasts, YouTube videos, and so on, and still haven't done anything? Or you're in that category? Is it because you literally don't think you have the time to do it? Do you have an unsupportive loved one, such as a spouse, boyfriend, a girlfriend, wife, or husband, or however you get down? Is it because you don't think you're old enough? Is it because you have a parent, a sibling that's discouraging you, maybe even a friend? Is it because you think it may be illegal? Is it because, what is it? What else we got? Procrastination probably is high on the list for most people. That means you're probably pretty comfortable with what you got going on now. And at the end of the day, now, if you're happy, screw wholesaling and whatever comes with it. If you're happy. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't want more and desire more as far as producing income or maybe another lane to produce income, whether you keep your job or not. It just may be extra for you, or where you may love what you do. That's how it is. Nothing like making money, loving what you do, at least liking it. Can we at least like it or whatever? So if you fit in any of those categories now, a lot of those I can't give you an answer to. Like I've had individuals come on and they may pose the question in the comments, how can I how can I get motivated to do this? Now, I can't tell you that. Everybody's why is going to be different. For me, now I've been doing this so long now that I'm sort of struggling. I had to go. I'm trying to go back. When I was actually employed. Well, I just had the entrepreneur bug, and so it just basically fed into that. Right? It's not like I was literally really struggling. I was making a decent salary. I guess I was, single, no kids, same now. But so it wasn't like it was done out of financial need or what I was making enough money to take care of myself and whatever little stuff I had going on. So it really wasn't that. But I just knew I wanted more. Now, I have a lot of flaws as me as a human being that keeps me from doing a lot of different things. But for some reason, this fit my lack of organization, my shyness, and introvertness, if that's a word. So this sort of fit right into it because I had attempted so many other things before and failed at them. But I'm pretty sure that's a lot of quote unquote entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs story or whatever. You've actually attempted stuff to try to make money outside of what you were probably normally doing and failed at it. So I have a long list of stuff with that. So with all of those reasons I've given you, only you are going to be able to answer what's stopping you. Now, what's the solution? It depends on what your issue is. Now, I can't go through every one of them and try to come up with a answer. So the only thing I can tell anyone is that whatever clutter, what's physically in your way or what relationship may be in your way, I know with the relationship part of it, I'll just stop talking about it to people. They won't have a chance to discourage me. It's almost like you're sneaking to educate yourself or sneaking to do it. Because if you got that negative energy around, it's already hard enough, right? And, you got people telling you can't do this. It's illegal. It's got to be a scam. Ain't nothing worse than that everything is a scam person. Please remove, if that's you, then whatever. But you got people like that in your life, please remove it. Everything is a scam. None of this stuff would ever get done. These devices we're on right now would never have happened if they had the mindset that everything is a scam. Like, stuff could never happen, right? So anyway, with that being said, though, it's going to be a lot of different reasons and sometimes multiple reasons why people never get started. But if you're here, you've already taken the plunge to try to educate yourself, because what it should do, and this doesn't work for everybody, but simply knowing what to do goes a long way. That goes a long way in succeeding at anything, by simply knowing what to do. Now, some people go overboard with it, as I mentioned earlier, is that by taking courses, going to seminars, they are doing something. No, you're not really doing anything, because at some point you've reached a level where you actually know what to do, but you tend to think that's action versus actually doing something, actually putting what you've learned into action or whatever. Because at some point you can't learn you can always learn stuff, but at some point you've learned enough to actually start making some money from it, which is supposed to be the end game. Now, if you enjoy going to seminars and stuff like that, hey, have at it. But the end game should be that you're going to start to apply that information to start making money. So I know I'm rambling. Hopefully that made sense. Anything you want to add, Kelly?
I do. Is this a form where you can get real? I feel like you can get real.
I like to think I'm real as it gets.
Because mindset, you're right. Mindset is everything in just about anything that you want to do that's outside of your comfort zone. And it's, people ask I can't afford to do this. Well, can you afford not to? Right? Can you afford not to? If you had this thought in your mind that you want to get into real estate, wholesaling, for whatever reason it was for, whether it's for to pay off debt, to pay off, to get more rental property, to whatever the case may be, to quit your job, just know that your source of spiritual guidance, God, whoever it is, it's already granted to you. So if you already know that it's granted to you, that you already have access to this thing that your goal is, then do the work, do the mental work, You know, do the mental work. Make sure that you are not giving yourself resistance. Don't talk resistance into your life. Talk abundance into your life. You have someone here that is giving you all the information. That's abundance. That's a mindset of abundance. Not everyone to get paid. That's a mindset of abundance. Have abundance. Don't speak resistance into your life. My biggest fear is not taking action on what God has already put into me that is already done. That's a huge fear because I know I would be miserable if I didn't take if I was sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else do it. I've seen people literally get into this business way after I did and soar past me. And it had nothing to do with more access to money, capital, um, training, knowledge, anything. It's just a mindset. Every day they woke up and they did things that they knew they needed to do in order to get out there and run the race. And that's the same thing as marathons. People go out there and they're trained, but 80% of actually finishing the race comes from your mind. So if you don't have the right mindset, I would say do some work on your mindset. That's the only reason why you're not where you need to be in this, because the information is there. The information is easy. The taking action is easy. But getting your mind there to the point where I've lost houses, I've lost money, I've had negative bank account, I've failed at several businesses, moved back in with my mom. Like I've done it all. But every time I'm like, okay, I cannot afford not to continue on. Like at this point, I can't afford not to. So if you get that mindset and you stick with it and you already understand that whatever you wanted in out of this in life is already granted to you, all you have to do is wake up every day, and make sure you're speaking abundance into your life, making sure you're speaking positive affirmations like I will be the most successful wholesaler in my market ever, and go out there and do it. That's all I have. That's my little preaching for the day.
And that's how you get your Shaka Khans and your Shaka Zulus right.
Oh, okay.
Your Shaka Khan.
Okay, yeah. All right, so what we got?
You want to do a question?
Well, we've been rolling pretty hard here.
This has been good.
You didn't get your questions answered. Oh yeah. I guess we can do a few more questions. Let's get it.
Let's go.
We got a huge. This is one of the big, one of our bigger audiences. Maybe because we brought the LinkedIn people in. You think?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick randomly. Let's see. This one says, do all flips move easier when the property is in distress versus when the property is upkeep? I guess like when it's not raggedy. I don't know a nice word.
I think, a lot of times deals are made because of the condition, but it's really the motivation of the seller. Now that may be their motivation, but it really doesn't matter about the condition of the property in the sense that if the numbers work, the condition doesn't matter. It's because the numbers make it work based on the repair that it's going to take to get it in X, Y, Z condition or whatever. But really what you're targeting, is motivated sellers. I don't care what their reason is. It can be a brand new construction, right? They paid cash for it. Now they need their money back or some of it, for whatever reason. So it doesn't matter. The reason is just a lot of times the condition of the property is a motivating factor on why they may sell it cheap enough that you can do a deal on. Your thoughts, Ms. Mead?
Yeah, I was gonna say, deals move easier when it's a deal, when the numbers make sense, whether it's in distress or if it's a brand new construction house turnkey. They move easier when the numbers work out, and it goes back to making sure like you have the motivated seller that can get to the number where you need them to be.
All right, we got one on Instagram. What's the number to get information on wholesaling apartments?
Oh, it's not a number. It is a number. I'm sorry. Next the word DOE, dough. They said I could have spelled it however I wanted to. They were, 205-964-5243. You can watch that video now.
What does DOE stand for?
We had to come up with anything.
Oh, okay.
Check back with tomorrow. I'll have something. Deals on.
Okay, let's see. This one says, what percentage of homeowners are actually selling directly to investors, though, as opposed to banks?
Well, I think they're confusing. Sellers don't sell to banks.
They
Banks
don't
don't
want
buy.
to. If banks are buying your house back, you're in a different situation.
Yeah. That's different. Banks are not in the business of real estate, of buying real estate or selling real estate. They do it out of consequence because they took back an asset that they lended money on. They're trying to get some or all of their money back, right? So I think they're a little confused on this. So, but what percentage of sellers actually sell to investors? I have no idea, Kelly. Is there a number out there? I would say real estate agents gobble up. Well, what am I saying here? They don't buy property. Realtors are involved. I wonder what that number is for sale by owner versus listed. The listed has to be more, but I'm sure it's a what y'all call it, what y'all association, National Association, the NAR.
NAR.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a number out there to say what percentage of for sale. It's probably just a Google search away. Percentage of houses that are sold for sale by owner versus listed.
In this particular market, about 70% of sellers that are selling their property with, whether it's a pocket listing. A lot of people have been asking me, what is a pocket listing? A pocket listing is when a realtor has a listing that is not on the MLS, that essentially is in their pocket. There's typically a seller has like a number that they want for the property, but they don't have it listed. But so 70% of homeowners sell their property through a realtor in some form, or have a realtor involved in the transaction in some form or fashion.
We
got some numbers over here off of Google. Investors bought 18% of properties in 2021, 11% up from the previous year.
But that sort of doesn't answer, because they still may have bought the property that was listed. I get I guess the question, I guess I didn't pose it right.
Would you like me to ask it?
What percentage for sale by owner properties versus listed properties? So that's the question. For sale by owner versus listed. What else we got?
We have one on TikTok. In your opinion, what hard money lender have the best program?
Oh, there's so many of them. Oh my God. I have no idea. I don't really deal in it a lot. I don't even know what to say on that. Renika and them do hard money, so I definitely would refer my girl. But just text me. I'll send you a couple of referrals on it. So if you pick out of that. That's
another relationship-based business too. Once you do a couple of deals with them, the answer could change based on the deals they do with you.
Oh yeah, plenty of bread out there. If it ain't nothing else, there's plenty of available money they ready to give out. With that being said, they're going to generally want 10 to 30% down. So if it's $100,000 project, you're going to have to put down anywhere from 10 to possibly 30 grand down. If that's not an issue for you, the world is yours.
All right.
On that number, on 100,000. If it's 200,000, then it's 20 to 60. So 1,000.
All right, this one says, there's a seller that has a mobile home for sale, but the mobile home sits on a piece of land that secures the mortgage loan of that mobile home. Is there a way to separate the home from land?
No. Because the mortgage company normally, well, I say that, they may just be financed the land. It could be a situation where the land is just financed and the mobile home has nothing to do with it. That could be a situation, but normally it's not. Normally that's how, that's really what the lender, mobile home lender, is interested in what the real value may be, because the mobile home is a depreciating asset, right? So the land, could be appreciating that. It could be depreciated, but normally it's appreciating in some point, even if it's 0.5%. But so you'd have to just find out, is the mobile home associated, is it tied into the loan? Do they have title in hand? That'll answer a lot of the questions right there. Do they have title to the property? To the mobile home, to the mobile home.
Okay. Somebody said Edward Thames Jr. He said DOE should stand for deals over excuses. I like that.
I like that too. We'll put that in the suggestion box. Edward.
Okay, let's see if I can find another one. Okay. Oh no, they're complaining. Let's find another one. Sorry.
Oh, complaining.
What are they complaining about?
They said the Gator take up too much time on the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can do it too.
Right. This one says, is an attorney an alternative to make the same work the title company does? To make the same.
I guess what are you trying to get them to do?
Mm-hmm.
If you just get them to close the deal, it doesn't matter if you're in a state that allows both. But the title search stuff, attorneys, I guess some offices may do it, but most of them, that's the term title company. That's probably their primary job, is title searches, right? And to produce title insurance, because they say, hey, we are accurate on our search, and this is what we came back with, and we're willing to sign off for this with insurance that you purchase. In case it does come back something wrong in the future, we're willing to cover this transaction. So it depends on what job you're getting them to perform versus a title company or a closing attorney. Now, a lot of title companies, if it's a state where it allows both, they'll do the title work and they'll close deals or whatever. But if you're in a state, attorney state, then the attorney can only close it, and they'll use the title company to do that leg work or whatever. So, if I understood the question correctly, am I right on that, Kelly?
Yes, and it really depends on the state. If it's like a straight cash deal and it's very simple, and your state allows it, like, just go through a title company, because there's usually the more cost-effective way to get the deal closed.
Okay, all right. So we got my boy Omar in here. We're gonna go on and bring him in. But hey, he was a little later. You almost got shut out here now. Bring him on. Let's get it.
Hey.
You almost got shut out.
Yeah, I know. What's going on, people? How's everything? All right. Hey, who said the live is taking up too much time? Hey, you done told you. Huh? I'm on here tonight. You said the live taking up too much time. Class is in session.
Hey, somebody in the comments, man.
But they need to raise their hand. That's the hot seat. You can raise your hand and get in the hot seat too.
Nah, this is work. You gotta get this work.
Man, take advantage of that, man, and you do it, and that's what I would be doing too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm out here, just driving around, taking care of some errands, and scouting out the heavy traffic areas and such. Exits over highways and everything. Just doing my due diligence, and I just want to chime in real quick, make sure I got this right, because I'm getting ready to make a move on this thing, man. Rules of engagement to this game. I look at it like, as like going to an arcade. You go to an arcade and there's many games in an arcade. Yes, and so you don't go in there and put 50 cents in every machine you see at one time. You pick a game you want to play.
That's what you do at the casino, but go ahead.
Sure enough, right? So same thing. Just like going to casino, man. So, I've been, I'm on the other side. Not on the side. I'm a part of it. I'm a contractor. So, getting into the investor side, there's many games you can play around with, and being an investor. So this in wholesale, man, you got me. Moving through Facebook. I saw you there, and I got started, man. December on 21. Just started getting the information. And all right, Kelly, where's that offering plate? Mm?
Where's the what play?
The offering
Where's
plate.
your
Where's that
offer play?
offering
We talking
plate?
about your testimonial.
Yeah,
Cash,
the offering
throw
plate.
your cash up, Kelly. Call his bluff. Throw your cash app up on.
Oh, right. I'm recording on my phone. I would do that.
Yeah. So, first thing is, because I just want to get this in summary. First thing, find out about what wholesaling is. Do your due diligence. Do your homework. Get on here, study. Then after that, get on to some comping. Comp, if I'm doing it correctly. I mean, if I'm following steps correctly, comp. Then once you get your comping on point, then go out and actually make some calls, text to flip, and or get them bandit signs out there. And actually, I took a course with Dean DeGrassi and those guys, and my partner, that didn't fly right. So I still got some bandit signs left to get started. So I already have that on deck. So I'm gonna start getting those out. And then after that, just keep going and just keep hauling at this till them calls are coming in consistent, and just keep pushing from there. Right? That's pretty much how to play this game.
I may have a play for you.
You're going down the right path. Just keep checking in, keep educating yourself. Diving into the content on the channel, and also joining the lives. We love it.
All right. Very
I
good.
actually got a play for you, Omar. So do you work with residential? Are you a general contract for residential?
Yes, residential and light commercial. I beautify spaces and putting smiles on people's faces. When I'm done, everything is well. Yeah, everything is well done. Everybody's sleeping, everybody's happy when I'm finished, and no hooking and crooking and all that. I was in Atlanta, Pennsylvania, New York area. I do travel.
So are any of your clients ever licensed builders or licensed remodelers, like certified remodelers? Like who are
Yes,
your
we
clients?
are. Yes.
Do you ever have work from other builders or remodelers?
Yes, they sub me out as well.
Okay.
So I have my guys. We're all tagged up, licensed, insured. And we do everything tip top.
So this is this is a play for you just because you're already in that space, is I would have a conversation with the builders or the remodelers that you're working on that house for to say, hey, if I can get a buyer for you prior to this house being complete, what number would you want? Because you can get contracts on a house at any point in time and you could close it whenever. So if the house is under renovation right now and they're planning on selling it for, let's just say for 300.
Okay.
But if they had a buyer immediately that's under contract and they have financing, as if they'll take 285 for it and then go sell it for 300, sell that contract for 300 and make your spread in the middle.
Okay.
Doing it, and that's a really, really easy ways for you to wholesale houses to even retail. You can connect with the real estate agent because a lot of people are looking for houses if they like it and they can see what the finished product's going to look like because you're the one that's doing it. You can show them what your work looks like. And you can talk to a real estate agent that has buyers that they've been looking for a house forever.
Yeah.
You can go and assign it a contract and sell it off market and still figure out how you can get the agent paid because they're going to want at least 2.5 to 3% on the deal. But figure out your numbers where you can still everybody can get paid and the house can get sold.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on my mind's file because yes, it was funny. Yeah, because I'm in the game in that arena. I have my real estate agent buddies, investors as well. One was looking to have me in on a couple of deals, and mentioned that if I was to find something, because I even asked him about one of his properties already, it's out in the Ossining area, Ossining, New York, actually he's looking to sell that one, really. So, yeah, that sounds real good. That sounds real good. Actually,
you're already in that space, right? You already have those connections. You already know what houses are under renovation, and you're the general contractor. You know is kind of when they're going to be completed. So
yeah,
you can go and have those conversations and go and say, "Hey, I'm always looking for buyers. I always have buyers that are looking for houses. How about I
okay,
just for you off market? You don't even have to worry about commissions because they'll sell it for less if they don't have to pay out a commission when it's listed."
okay then, okay. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get that in the works too. Yep, it's getting warm now, so they definitely out here, definitely. So yes, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much.
No problem at all, man. Appreciate you joining us again today.
All right, okay, now be well.
All right, super tight.
Right.
All righty, guys. So we've been rolling hard. Appreciate Kelly joining us again this Wednesday. Kelly, you can tell them how they can find you.
Yes, come follow me on Instagram at Kels Always. On Instagram, that's with 2 L's, ALSALLWAYS. Also, I am going to be speaking in Atlanta on March the 5th at a one-day mastermind where we're gonna have general contractors, we're gonna have builders, we're gonna have me there, and we're gonna be talking about real estate. So it'd be a good opportunity for you to network as well. If you guys can come out to that, you can see the information on my Instagram page. But yeah, this has been fun. Also, I'm looking for properties. So New Avenues, NUAVENUES.com. If you have a property that's under contract that in the Birmingham, Huntsville area, let me know. We'll see if we can get a deal done.
All right, boom. All right. So again, guys, we appreciate everyone that commented, joined us in the Gator room on the live stream. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for the regular flip webinar. So if you want to join us, you can do that, and we'll send you the text message. We'll go into replay mode on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. If you didn't get your question answered, post it in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, and I pretty much answer those on a daily basis. So guess what? We're going to go old school, and we'll see you guys on the flip side while my phone is dictating everything I just said. Let's get it.
Bye.
Bye.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah, that.